Good morning again. Looks like a wonderful day today. Now, I just need to confront some silence tactics that will not stop the truth. Because since I started speaking openly about human rights abuses, racism, discriminatory treatment, and harmful practices in Hillsong Church, right here in Stellenbosch community, under the leadership of Pastor Ilza and Adrian Hofmeyer. Now, instead of responding with honesty and transparency, the reaction has consistently been an attempt to silence, suppress, and erase my voice. Now, recently, people connected with this leadership or to this leadership have worked to report, to flag, to remove my videos across social media. Videos where I simply share my lived experience. Their actions not only confirm how uncomfortable the truth is for those who benefited from silence, they are trying to erase my words, but that will not erase what happened. It only strengthens my resolve. What fuels me is conviction. Spiritual spaces should reflect justice, integrity, and accountability, not intimidation. Now, when a church community uses its power to sideline or punish those who raise legitimate concerns, then it becomes a moral responsibility to speak. Over time, I've personally faced with intimidation through legal threats, coercive pressure to withdraw my complaints, attempts to withhold payments for work I had already done, online surveillance and unwanted conduct, other character attacks and misinformation, actions that caused division even within my family. These, these and more have been my experiences. Now, I speak from my journey and I have the right to tell my story. Spiritual intimidation and misuse of prayer. Can you believe? One of the most disturbing things I have witnessed is how some individuals have tried to use spiritual language as a tool of fear rather than love. At one point, and I remember very vividly, a woman I previously respected stood behind me during a gathering, right there by the end outside, raising her hands and whispering things that were clearly not prayers of blessing. Her posture was hostile and not holy. Others have also expressed wishes of misfortune towards me and my family simply because I spoke up. We call those witchcraft prayers that ignorant believers do. Some of them actually quote from the Psalms. David, you see, there are certain Psalms where David would say, "Well, do bad to my enemies" and things like that. Now they don't. They're not. The art of interpretation has not been such that they would understand what that means and how they would apply that to this day. There's no way a Christian would curse anybody. But now, a curse without cause is no power. I belong to Jesus, not to fear, not to intimidation, and not to religious manipulation. So, no whispered words crafted in darkness can do what God has established in the light, can undo. It can't undo what God has established in the light. So, what people intend for harm, God always turns it into testimony. Why do these people avoid honest engagement? Because I've repeatedly invited open dialogue, whether theological, factual, or ethical, and none has come. And the reason is simple. Truth requires accountability. Now, those who avoid accountability often resort to silence tactics. If what I was saying or what I'm saying is false, there would be no need for intimidation, no edge to suppress, no energy spent trying to delete my content or discredit my name. Truth stands. Fear hides. Well, I will not be silenced. Every attempt to suppress my voice has only confirmed the necessity of speaking. I'm currently working on a book, on a memoir, and I expect to share my story on radios, television in the coming days. I am documenting everything carefully, not just for justice and healing. A church should never be a place where people tremble for telling the truth. And my message is simple. I will continue speaking. Maybe I need to give you a biblical reminder about justice. My faith teaches me that God sees everything, and in Scripture we learn that he who digs a pit fall into it. So those who work to trap or destroy others often become caught in the devices they prepare. In the book of Esther, Haman built gallows to destroy Mordecai, yet he was the one who faced the consequences of his own schemes. Now in the book of Esther, yes, so anybody can go through and see that those are not threats, they are spiritual principles. Timeless reminders that God defends the innocent and exposes injustice in his own time and his own way. Oh, I need not revenge. I trust God who sees. And out there, if anybody you're listening and you've ever felt unheard, unseen, or determined in a place that promised love and welcome, you need to remember that you're not alone. Your story has value, and your voice matters deeply. Now, to those who are trying to silence me, you can report my videos, you can whisper behind closed doors, you can attempt to distort my name, but you cannot silence the truth. You cannot erase lived experience, and you cannot stop a story whose time has come. What God has started in me will not end in intimidation. My voice, be assured, my voice is not going anywhere.